Somebody right now is going through an incident that is quite painful. But I'm telling you that if you trust God, the outcome will be greater than the incident.
I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. There are times when anything that can happen will happen. Life will knock you between the eyes. It will catch you on the blind side, come out of nowhere, stuff you can't anticipate. That will knock the wind out of you. You want to give up.
What do you do when it seems like suffering won't stop? What do you do when it feels like your pain doesn't have a point?
What do you do when your battle chooses you? What do you do when something shows up on your doorstep that you did not directly cause, choose, or definitely anticipate?
There will be seasons where we will suffer. There will be seasons of real pain. And the question is, how will you respond in those moments?
When you run out of money, when things don't work out for you, when things happen that you could not anticipate, what are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong? If you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow.
Maybe you've taken a knockdown concerning your finances lately. Maybe it's with your kids, maybe with your marriage, maybe with your health, maybe some other arena of life. You're laying on the mat, gasping, and you don't know what you're going to do.
It may be the number in your bank account that is screaming, you are broke.
You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and all of those are going to leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory or it can be the mark of defeat. The fight is just beginning. You have opportunity to show the world what you are really made of.
I need you to look at that sickness that's going on in your life right now, whatever it is. I want you to say, I can beat it. I can beat it. I will beat it. I must. I got a family to live for. I ain't through yet. My life ain't over yet. There's some things in life you don't need no degree for. You don't need no money for it. There's some things in life you just gonna get through when you tell yourself, I'm gonna get through this.
And I'm not retreating. I'm not running. I don't care what they say on paper. I don't care if you say we outnumbered. We live by this and we die by this. We don't retreat.
If you would be willing to fight your way through this battle, fight your way through cancer, fight your way through that academic struggle, fight your way through divorce, fight your way through it. If you are willing to fight your way through that singing career, fight your way through boxing, fight your way through football, I'm telling you, at the end of the fight, there's going to come victory.
I believe that this is your beginning, but this doesn't have to be your end. That just because you are currently here, this is your present circumstances, that life don't have to end for you right now.
You take those terrible events in your life and you create a new story of triumph. We gotta become something new. We take those traumas, we take that pain, and we allow it to become a part of who we want to be.
Hold on to that fundamental quality of faith. Have faith. And on the other side of your pain is something good.
It is good to be uncomfortable. I've never met anybody who was terribly creative or gifted or strong in leadership who was also comfortable. It's always those people who say, is there not a cause? Those exceptional people who are uncomfortable with the times and rise to the challenge because they refuse to allow the chaos around them to determine the conqueror within them. People who resist the toe to go down and stand fiercely in spite of opposition and say, I'm going to do it anyway. It is the chaos of the time that creates the conqueror in the man. So when God gets ready to reveal to you what you have in you, he will often place you in the midst of chaos to push you.
But during those down moments, that's where the growth takes place. That's where the work is. See, anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody could be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. See, but the real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. How you handle it, that's where the growth takes place.
But it is the insecurity of the times that defines who you really are. You will not be challenged in your convenience. You will be challenged in your chaos. Opportunity comes in chaos. A chance to stand up. A chance to get it right. A chance to make a U-turn. Stand still and let the chaos run from you.
We all live in this bubble. What you got to do to get the life that God wants you to have, you got to put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it.
You know, it's amazing how hard-working, smart-working people have all the luck and overnight success. But if you've ever watched an interview with some of these folks, you'll probably hear that their overnight success took several years. Diligence is the mother of good luck. Happiness doesn't come from big pieces of great success, but from small advantages hammered out day by day. We must be happy with what we've got when we're in pursuit of what we want. Too often we say, I'll be happy when I just have more money. Oh, I'll be happy when I just get that promotion. You won't be any happier when you reach your goals than you are right now. Abraham Lincoln said it best. He said, you'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be. Being happy on the way doesn't mean you can't aim for great things. It means that big achievements come one small advantage at a time. It means that you must enjoy and take pride in your little accomplishments. Every day, every single day. Success is a pleasure. If what you are doing today isn't satisfying, gratifying, guess what? You're really not successful. It doesn't matter how many worldly possessions you may have, how many cars, how many toys. If you're not happy with your life as it is, you cannot be successful. To a school kid, success may mean a star on top of his latest test. To an outside professional, it's most likely the thrill of closing a major contract. But the one thing you will hear from everyone who is successful is that they are happy with who they are and what they are doing. Success is a pleasure. What have you done today that makes this day successful? If at the end of the day you can jot down the things that have made it a good day, you will soon see patterns forming. When you can see a pattern of pleasure, you'll know you're on the road to success. Success is measured through pleasure. You've got to be happy along the way. Good job, you need to tell yourself. I'm proud of me today. You've got to learn to enjoy the process. William James described success as a combination of two things: an inner idea. Which is followed persistently with courage. I take that to mean defining a goal and having the resolve to complete it. Promise yourself you'll read the books until your skills change. Go to the seminars until you get a handle on it. Practice it until you've got it right. Step by step, piece by piece, book by book, do it until. Don't miss the chance to grow, to pay the price. Until you learn. You'll discover some of life's great treasures when you pay that price. Go for it. And number 2, outer achievement related to that ideal. But what Dr. James realized was that the first part is indeed more important than the second. As long as you're working toward your inner goal, your dream, then success is possible. Now, maybe the person who's been working on a project for 10 years can be successful in his own right, if he's honestly working toward it, really happy with where he is, doing it until, going for small accomplishments along the way for however long it takes. You'll start to see things change around you, little things, not major things. If you're one of those who'd rather stay up late and get up late, and you roll out of bed cursing the alarm clock every morning, maybe you could start with the little change of going to bed half an hour earlier than normal. Maybe you'll find out that you jump out of bed in a better mood and that you'll get more done. It all starts by making one little change. You see, you can't change what's going on around you without first changing what's going on within you. When you start changing how you think, how you act, how you treat yourself, when you start responding instead of reacting to life, life will start responding to you. You cannot believe what can happen in such a short period of time. You don't have to worry about the winds that will most certainly blow around you, the obstacles. You don't have to worry about what other people will say. Those winds may blow fast and furious, but if you know your path, they will help push you toward the dreams and treasures that you have already decided you're going after. There are some amazing people around that we can learn from today. People who have already braved the storms and come out on top. People who started with nothing and ended up with something great. People who turned their focused dreams into the reality of success. Stories of success are all around us. Take the time to talk to these people or read their stories. You might find out that they have already traveled the path you are now on. Many of these people have written books on their journeys. These books tell the stories and give the secrets that we can all learn from. Let's say you want to go away to a place you've never been before. Wouldn't you want to find someone who had been there? What's the best way to get there? The safest route? What do I need to bring to be totally prepared? What dangers do I need to avoid? It's the same thing with life. By listening to those who are farther along in the journey you are interested in taking, you just might pick up something that will make your journey that much better. They can provide that extra push you've been looking for. They've been there. Their knowledge is valuable.
Now, most of us want to believe that independent, that if we set our minds to do something, simply it can get done. Unless you look to others, you can work twice as hard to get half as much.
Ask for help, not because you're weak, but you want to remain strong. And ask for help and don't stop until you get it. And so I started talking to other people who had gone through my experience, and we became support for each other.
There is no self-made man. There is nothing wrong with asking for what you want.
And I started doing research, trying to find out what are the things that I need to do. I started reading everything I could. I started asking people questions, people who had already gone through it. I talked to everybody. I researched. I became actively involved in the process.
You've just got to be a good student and gather the material and the books as you go along. Even on my farm now, I've built a library for 2,000 books. On the farm, I got to have a library. Got to be surrounded by the books. You know, the books that made me healthy and the books that made me wealthy and the books that refined my philosophy. Just start, and then just keep adding to it. You just start, and then you just do your own research. Bread for the head, full range in your library.